everyone, welcome. This is M High, and today we're on the project Nebula SMP. We're going to be working on a big project. I've been planning this for a while, collecting all the resources. We've got a large handful here, many boxes as you can see, and we're going to be working on it as a minigame. And it's going to fill up most of this big valley here in front of us. Without saying too much more, we'll come back after the time lapse and go into a little bit of detail on the specifics and what I've put into this. But we're going to jump right into a good time lapse, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Oh no. Let's give a quick sleep here. Hey, what's up? We're back. I really enjoyed that. So, a couple things to show off with this build. First is the lighting. Let's have it boosted because I was going through all the redstone, but let's go back down to normal lighting here. Now when we flip this lever, we just have a observer powered rail line that, if we follow, goes down and up and around and back here to this little repeater clock. When we get a signal here in this observer, we get first this block pushed in, and then second, after 2 more observers of delay, you get a pulse into the block once the block is already in. So that starts the clock. Flip the lever again, block is pulled out, and then this gets a pulse here, but there's no block to start the clock. So nice little on-off switch for the clock. Go over here now. See that our block's in. And this was a little bit of tinkering to get all of these repeaters timed correctly, because there are some weird patterns here. This is not by any stretch of the imagination probably the most efficient way I could have done this, but they are all in sync and they all start from the middle. They are pretty well in sync, and then also, so they come in and they also power these inside lines here. Now coming inside here, we have, what do we have first? So the scoring system. The scores are registered whenever an item, the ball, let's get the ball here. Whenever the ball is tossed into one of these hoops. Of course not. Come on. What's going on? I am better than this. I would be losing really bad right now if this was a real game. Okay. He's not funny anymore. What? Oh, that looked like it. Huh? There we go. Good lord. Purple score went up. Ball is returned in the center here. Now let's do that again so we can get a better look at it. I took so damn long scoring that first one. Let's see if I can get this one better. First try. Green score. Green score goes up. Ball is ejected in the middle. And now with the hoops. So these lights give a small flash as an item passes through here. So there's comparators reading this hopper here. Item passes through, they get a signal. Torch, block, redstone dust stacked right here. Power these and then unpower them as an item passes through the hoppers. Then we come down below. We have a little dropper clock or observer clock. Spits it out into the water, and then on each side it's the same thing here. We have observers facing a wooden pressure plate. That is what observes the score when the item passes through here. Item comes down here into this center hopper, and then we have 2 droppers right here stacked. That goes in and up, and this is a little slightly different observer clock that is just more vertically compact than the other one, than the observer clock. So 1 block less tall, so I could fit it right under the ice here. And then the actual scoring system right here is made by Mumbo Jumbo. Some many years old video, but I believe this is something that he made. So you have a dropper here that points up into a hopper, and when the observers down there pulse on the wooden pressure plate, you get this redstone block pushed in, pushed out, powers this dropper to, it's got 1 single item in it. Item goes up into the hopper and then back down. And as this is powered, when this is powered, blocks all these hoppers, and the time that it is unpowered when the item is up here is enough time for it to, the single item here, to transfer one item over, or one hopper over. So we got this one here, goes to the next one, next one, next one, and then rotates, comes back, goes down the back, and back to 1, or 0. This would be 0, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then for the pass points here, let's see, yeah, I didn't even talk about those yet. Pass points. Pass points, what are those? So if you're playing on a team, I think these would be real handy. Then you can toss your ball here, and you get it nearly instantly on the other end. And so what those are is just it's a nearly instant dropper line, basically instant. Here just have a row of droppers, observers observing a line of redstone dust. I don't have 2 extra, I don't know why I have those 2 extra blocks there, but those are unimportant. They observe this line of redstone dust, and it's basically 1 tick of delay for every 15 blocks. So because you can get 15 blocks out of a redstone signal, 15 blocks in length out of a redstone signal, and each repeater adds 1 tick of delay to the item getting through this line, basically. So in this line we have 1, 2, 3 repeaters, so it'll be 3 ticks of delay. It takes 3 ticks for it to go from here to here. And then, like with the pink one that goes from end to end, this one will take slightly longer. Let's see how many repeaters we have on it. So this one will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 1 more, so 4. If you look, bang. That's really fast to go from one end to the other. That's probably going through almost 64, maybe even more. Almost a stack. Could be, yeah, that could be 60 to 70 droppers going through in about 4 ticks. Very good speed. And I think this could be an interesting aspect to play, but it'll just take a few rounds of practice to really see how they work. If they have, you know, good practical application. Not really sure. Next. So we have obstacles in here too. You've noticed these slime blocks on the floor. So if I come over here to our wall of buttons and levers and things, we have also for the score, manually cycle in case we do like we did here and we left the score unzeroed. We can cycle the score. 1, 2, 3, 4. You should be able to press this button basically as fast as it pops back up, and it will be fine. Yeah. 1 and 0, 0 and 0. Perfect. All right, but then if we come over here, we have obstacle clock. This is just an on-off switch, so you right-click the note block, it's on, right-click it off, and that is just a it's a same type of clock as we used with the lights. So we got just a repeater clock. These observers come off this one observer line, goes down, and then we have this block gets pushed in, and then after a couple extra ticks of delay, this redstone or this observer pulses in and starts the clock. Turn it off, block gets pulled out, clock stops. So let's give that a look. It could go a little faster, but I think this is a good rate. This isn't too fast, I don't think. You know, every once in a while you'll get hit on one. Launch me up there, boom. But we do have jump boost, speed boost, regen, resistance. The only thing we don't want in here is strength, because with the knockback swords, it just does too much damage. Speaking of that, let's come over here and look at the gear. These are a thing that I thought would be a really cool idea, but I don't know how they're going to work in practice again. Same with the kind of like the pass points. We have knockback wooden swords. So playing on teams, these swords, you know, you can use them to hit the other players, but I'm thinking that only the team on defense everybody has one on each team, but only if you can only use the sword if you're on defense. So if your team has the ball and you're trying to move it down, then you cannot have your sword out, and you cannot swing on the other team with a knockback sword if your team is on offense. But if you're on defense and you're trying to get the ball, then you can all have your knockback swords out and trying to, you know, knock them back from, you know, picking up the ball they dropped or whatever. One other thing, which is probably actually my favorite part of this entire basketball court that I made. Let's go ahead and turn these obstacles off. Just like that, they're done. The soundtrack. So, using NoteBlock Studio, it's an app. Generates it'll generate you a NoteBlock configuration like this with a MIDI file, and that's exactly what I did. I took a MIDI file from the internet and I generated this. And so a note block you can hear it about 48 blocks away, I believe, is the limit, the maximum, before it completely cuts out. It'll fade before that, but it'll cut out at 48. And so what I've done is mirrored the music track that's down here. I've mirrored it above, because I believe this court is about 60 to 70 blocks long, 60, 70-ish, maybe 75-ish. But so by mirroring it, I have this track start at this end and the lower track start at this end, and so they cross each other in the middle, and you can hear the entire track in the entire court pretty much for the whole thing. Some of the corners it gets a little faded, but you can hear it almost in the entire thing, which I thought that was pretty cool. Maybe a little extra on the build. I mean, probably about 3 to 4 hours to do this, each one, because tuning these note blocks is such a horrendous pain. 21 times, 21 times, 21 times, 23 times, 18 times, 18. So many clicks, 18, 23, 23, 23. Just, you gotta click them so many times to tune all of these. Very worth it in my opinion though, so let's take a listen. Oh, we have a repeat mode, so if we put it on, what that'll do is move this piston right here out of the way, complete this redstone line, and it just allows this signal to come back from the end of the track and to loop the track, so it will continue. But we'll just have it on once for now. Let me know if you recognize this. This makes my heart happy. Nostalgia big. Oh, that's so good. So good. Really good. Oh man, I love Final Fantasy. Can you name my skin? Who am I? We've got the spectator area. Nothing special, just a couple balconies. You can hang out. Whoop. You can hang out on the balcony or walk across the middle. Get a good view from up here. Good view of the action. Alright, well, my next step is to just get some people in here from the server, which I'll try to organize sometime soon, and get some people in here and play some, do some testing, do a couple rounds. This has been fun. It's been my first attempt at a Minecraft video. I've had a lot of fun doing it. If you enjoyed it, I'd love if you subscribed and hung around. I'm going to try to make more cool time-lapse videos, and we'll see where it goes. From the Project Nebula, I'll see you next time. Ouch.